Have you been putting off getting a website for your Waikato business? Let's be honest, it probably feels like a massive, super complicated, and really expensive job, right? Well, what if I told you it doesn't have to be? In this explainer, we are going to cut through all of that noise with a simple 7-step plan to get you a site that actually earns its keep. You've probably been searching online for answers, feeling a bit stuck, and somehow you've landed here. You know you need a website, but the path from A to B just feels, well, kind of foggy. You just want a clear roadmap, and that's what we're here for. So, does any of this sound familiar? Maybe your Facebook page and word-of-mouth referrals have been great, but you know it's time for something a little more professional. Or maybe you've got a site, but it's just sitting there, gathering digital dust. And the quotes, my goodness, they're all over the map, aren't they? At the end of the day, you just want a straight answer and a plan you can actually trust.
And you know, that really gets to the heart of the problem. Too often, the conversation about websites gets stuck on these abstract things like branding vibes or getting a pretty design. But look, you don't just need a pretty design. You need a tool that generates leads, builds trust, and actually makes you money. That's a website that earns its keep. And that is exactly the plan we are walking through today.
Okay, first things first. We're going to dive into what I call the thinking phase. These first 4 steps are all about strategy, and they happen before anyone even thinks about picking colors or designing a logo. I promise you, getting this part right is the secret to preventing so many expensive headaches down the line.
So step 1 is absolutely crucial, and it's this. Getting a new website is not a business goal. It's a project. A real goal sounds more like get 5 more calls for quotes each week, or generate more qualified leads from our contact form. If you don't define the job the website needs to do, you're just going to end up paying for a pretty online brochure instead of a hardworking business asset.
This one sentence right here is your North Star for this entire process. When someone visits my website, I want them to, what? Call you for a quote, book an appointment, fill out a form. If you can't fill in that blank, I want you to pause right here and figure it out. Seriously, this single answer will shape every single decision you make from here on out.
Okay, step 2. Who are we actually building this for? And here's a hint. It's not for you. It's for your customer. Now think about who that person is here in the Waikato. They could be a busy farmer checking your site on their phone from the ute, a tradesperson needing a supplier, like right now, or a local family looking for a reliable service. And what do they all have in common? They're busy, they're probably looking at 2 other options at the same time, and they want certainty fast. Your website has to be built for their reality, not yours.
Now for step 3. You really don't need a huge 20-page website to start. You just need these 5 core money pages. Your home page is for instant clarity and trust. Your service pages, and listen up, this is critical, you need 1 page for each service you offer. That tells both Google and your customers exactly what you do. Then you need an About page to show the real people behind the business, a Proof page with testimonials and photos, and a super simple no-fuss contact page. That's it. That's your foundation.
Now this might just be the most important step in this whole thing. Most website projects fail because people start with the design and then try to add the words in later. That's completely backwards. Your message, the words on the page, the copy, is the strategy. The design is just the vehicle, the delivery system, to get that message across. You have to decide what you need to say first.
All right, so we've got our strategy sorted, we've done the thinking, now we can move into the doing phase. This is where we take all of that planning and turn it into a real, functioning website that's ready to launch and start getting you some real results.
Step 5 is a big fork in the road. Template or custom build? Let me break it down for you real simple. A template is totally fine if you have a simple offer and you just need to look credible online and you need it fast. But if you're in a competitive market and you're planning to invest in things like Google rankings or ads later on, a custom build is absolutely worth it. It's the solid foundation you'll need for future growth. Please don't make this classic mistake. Step 6 is all about building trust the second someone lands on your page. You have literally seconds. Local customers are looking for reasons to feel safe choosing you. So, right at the top of the page, they need to see a snippet from a great testimonial, a photo from a recent local job, or a clear marker of your credibility, like how many years you've been in business. You have to reassure them, and you have to do it fast.
Okay, step 7. And this is a bit of a reality check. So many people think that once the site goes live, the job is done. Phew, finished. But the truth is, launch day is just the starting line. A website doesn't magically start working just because it's live on the internet. The real work actually begins now.
So what does that real work look like? Here's a simple plan for those first 30 days.
In week 1, you get the technical stuff right so Google can find you. Week 2 is all about building that social proof. Get your Google business profile updated. In week 3, you start some basic on-site SEO. And in week 4, you look at the data and see what you can improve. This is how you turn your site from a static brochure into a living, breathing business asset.
So now that you have the 7-step plan, let's quickly recap the most important lessons by looking at the 4 most common and costly mistakes that I see Waikato businesses make all the time. Avoiding these will put you way, way ahead of the game.
Here they are, the big 4. Number 1, starting with design, which gets you a pretty website that doesn't actually say anything. 2, cramming all your services onto one single page, which just confuses Google and your customers. 3, making it weirdly difficult for people to actually get in touch with you. And 4, paying for ads to send people to a confusing website. That's just pouring money into a leaky bucket. You've got to fix the bucket first.
And we'll just end on this thought. This is the ultimate test for your website. It's not about how it looks, it's about what it does. Does it make it crystal clear what you offer? Does it prove that you're credible and trustworthy? And does it make it incredibly easy for a customer to take that next step and choose you? Because if it doesn't do those things, then the job just isn't finished.